Hello investors, welcome to Simply Stocks. In today's video, we are going to study a very special small cap stock from Mukul Agarwal's portfolio. He has been invested in this stock for quite some time now, and on top of that, he has been consistently increasing his shareholding, meaning he has been buying more of it. Additionally, there has been heavy FII buying as well in this stock recently. But as a standard disclaimer, this video is in no way a buy or sell recommendation for this stock. My sole objective here is to help you understand its business model and industry. So let's get started. The stock which we are going to study is Zota Healthcare. This company operates pharmacies or medical stores under the brand name Dawa India all over India. So essentially, it is a pharmacy chain. As of today, they have 1582 medical stores across the country, which are both company owned and franchisee based. Zota has a market cap of around 2400 crore rupees. And if we talk about Mukul Agarwal's stake, he holds an 8% stake in the company. His holding value comes out to be approximately 200 crore rupees. Apart from this, as you can see here, in just the last 1 month alone, FII shareholding in the company has increased from 0.9% to 3.6%. And the reason for this sudden increase is that the company recently raised 71.5 crore rupees in funding from a foreign investment fund, Valiant. This investment was made at 900 rupees per share, and Zota plans to use these funds to open more pharmacy stores in the future. So, what's so special about this stock? Mukul Agarwal holds 8% stake. FIIs are entering too, but the business model doesn't look like something very high tech. After all, they are just selling medicines, right? So, why did I say that it is a special stock? Well, here is the special part. Zota or Dawa India is not your regular pharmacy chain, and they don't sell usual medicines. They sell generic medicines. Now, what are generic medicines? Just give me 2 minutes of your time and I'll make you understand the entire business model, and trust me, you will be blown away. So imagine that Cipla or Mankind spend 4 to 5 years doing research, conducting tests, and let's say they finally develop a drug for back pain. What happens next is, since the pharma company has invested crores of rupees into developing that single drug, the government will provide them protection through patents. This means that drugs formula and research will stay safe, and no other pharma company can copy or manufacture it. For the next 20 years, only the patent holding pharma company can make and sell that drug, and obviously earning huge profits during this period. But what happens after 20 years? The company has to disclose the formula to everyone. They have had their good time earning profits for 2 decades. Now other companies can use that formula or molecule to launch their own brands in the market. The benefit of this is that the drug will become more affordable for customers or patients. At the same time, other pharma companies can also conduct some additional research on that formula, which can further improve the drug. Dolo is produced by Microlabs, Sumo is Alchem's brand, and Calpol is from GSK. All three cost between 25 to 35 rupees for a strip of 15 tablets. Paracetamol is a relatively cheap drug, so the difference between 25 and 30 rupees may not seem like much to you. But imagine a drug from one company selling for 2000 rupees, while another company sells the same drug for 3000 rupees. And this difference in pricing depends entirely on how well a company can market their brand. Coming back to our discussion, once the patent of a medicine expires, it is called a generic. The formula is no longer a secret, and it is now out in the market. And any pharma company now can manufacture it. So true generic version medicines are as much as 30 to 90% cheaper than regular branded generic medicines, which companies sell at very high prices. Let's understand this with the help of an example. So here is a molecule called rosuvastatin, which is taken for cholesterol management. Now you will see on my screen, Sun Pharma is selling it under the brand name Rosuvas for 208 rupees. Cadila sells it as Rosubest at 115 rupees, almost half the price. And Dawa India sells the same drug for just 21 rupees. And all three are identical, same formula, everything is same. But big companies are exploiting patients using brand names. You can clearly see how massive the price difference is, right? And you know what? When we searched this molecule on Tata 1mg, we found that from Sun Pharma, to Torrent. Everyone is making the same drug, but they are selling under different brand names. Rosuves, Rosavel, Rosucor, Rosulip. You know how it is with Bisleri, Bilseri, Busleri, and so on. In fact, it even happens that the same company might be selling an expensive branded version of their drug through high-end pharmacies, while simultaneously they might be making the generic version and selling it cheaper through smaller pharmacies. For example, on my screen, you will see a drug telmisartan and hydrochlorothiazide formulation. Again, I'm sorry for my pronunciation. So it is used for blood pressure issues. Now, both the versions are manufactured by the same company, Windlass Biotech. However, the branded version is sold by an MNC for 190 rupees, while Dava India sells the same medicine for just 25 rupees. And you know what? I can bet that you might be thinking that this happens with only a handful of medicines. But listen to me very closely. Today in India, 90% of medicines that are sold are generics. Yes, 90%. So these are the medicines which you can easily purchase at 50% discount. And let alone India, even in the USA, which has much more advanced healthcare system for namesake, even there 90% of the medicines sold are generics. Mind you, 90%. And the way this works is that the manufacturer makes the medicines, then a pharma company markets it. They spend on medical representatives so that doctors prescribe their brand only. Then it goes through a distributor, then a retailer, and finally it reaches you. So obviously it ends up being expensive. Whereas Dava India takes the medicine directly from the manufacturer and sells it to you. So right now, the issue is that there is a big awareness gap among people regarding generics. People don't even know that something like this exists. And even if they do know that it might be cheaper somewhere, there is a fear factor and also there is lack of trust. They think, someone is sick, why bother? Expensive medicine must be better only. Let's just buy that. They don't know that the underlying formula or the medicine is exactly the same. And it's not just Dava India. Even the government has been actively working and raising awareness about generic medicines. In 2015, Modi ji, we launched the Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana or PMBJP. Under this scheme, the government is opening generic medical stores or Jan Aushadhi Kendras across the country from where you can buy medicines at very, very low cost. In FY25, the government sold generic medicines worth 2000 crore rupees from these stores. If people had bought those medicines from other brands, it would have cost them at least 8000 crore rupees. These Jan Aushadhi Kendras have saved people 6000 crore rupees in just 1 year only. And you know what? Once a customer becomes aware or educated and switches to generics, they continue to buy generics only. For instance, if you see here, 80% of sales of Zotas come from repeat customers only. This is a big deal, and you can see how Zota has built such a loyal customer base due to low prices. And as the company grows bigger, this will become a strong moat in the future. Now in India, the entire medicines market is growing at a CAGR of 6 to 7%, but specifically the sales of generic stores are growing much faster, over 30-40% rate. Now before we move forward, I have a request for you and I'll speak from heart to heart. Okay, please become an educated customer. When you go to a doctor, ask them to write the formula along with the medicine. Just say that you want to buy generic only, or just take the prescription and go to Dava India or Jan Aushadhi Kendra. They will check and give you the same medicine. And in your lifetime, you can easily end up saving at least 1 to 2 lakh rupees. If a medicine costs 2000 rupees, you can easily get its generic version for 500 to 1000 rupees. Let's come back to our stock. So as I told you earlier, Zota currently has 1582 medical stores. Now, one thing I personally like a lot in Zota is that, like DMart, they are opening their stores by following a focused cluster based approach, meaning that in each state they are opening stores very close to each other and they are not spread too thin. For example, their 1000 stores approx are just in 4 regions: UP, Delhi NCR, West Bengal, and Maharashtra. Along with that, this data also tells us that Dava India's growth journey has just begun. There is a huge runway ahead for them. For example, there is still a lot of scope in Maharashtra only for opening new stores. They currently have just 139 stores there. Additionally, in many other states, they have just started entering. So the company is opening new stores at a very fast rate, and in just 1 year, they have increased their store count by 80% from 180 to 1582 stores. Before that, in FY24, meaning the year before last year, the company's store count grew by 48%. So you can see how fast the company has been growing over the last 2 years. They have a target of opening 1000 stores in FY26 and 1800 stores in FY27. That translates to an annual growth of 60 to 70% for the next 2 years. Their broad target is to have a total of 4,400 stores by March 2027. Now, talking about the sales, Dava India's sales have grown at a CAGR of 59% since FY22. Apart from Dava India, Zota has two other business segments as well: distribution of medicines in India, which they call domestic operations, and exports. However, they are slowly scaling down these segments so that they can shift their entire focus on Dava India. Now, since growth is coming from one side, but there is degrowth in the other two businesses, if you look at their total or consolidated sales growth over the past 2 to 3 years, you won't see much overall growth. But obviously, Zota's healthcare main business, Dava India, is growing very fast. For example, their sales in 9 months FY25, or basically April to December period, sales have increased by 50% compared to the last year. So if we put together everything we have learned so far, we can say that the company is growing fast and will most likely continue to do well. This generic segment is growing at a fast rate, and Zota has a strong moat with 80% repeat customers. But if you notice here, you will also see that the company has been in losses consistently. And the reason for this is that it is currently in expansion mode. They are opening more and more stores. So it is a growth stock like Zomato and others. So what happens is, in such cases, you have to spend upfront on opening new stores and hiring people, and your store becomes profitable 12 to 15 months later. So all these expenses have to be made upfront, while sales and profits come later into picture. Or you can also understand it this way: the sales growth which we are seeing this year is because of the stores that were opened last year, and the stores that are being opened this year will drive strong growth in next year. For instance, in FY24, the store count growth was 50%. That 50% sales growth is what we are seeing right now in FY25. FY25 store count growth has been 80%. And now you can estimate yourself how strong Zota's sales growth can be in FY26. Now let's talk about valuation. For Zota's valuation, we will take help from MedPlus. MedPlus is a listed company and it runs regular medical stores. So here, as you can see, as of today, MedPlus has more than 4,600 medical stores across the country, and its gross profit margin is 25%, and net profit margin is around 2.9%, or basically 3%. Now, compared to MedPlus, Dava India's margins are much better. In Q3 FY25, Dava India earned 66% profit margin. So I have assumed the same for the future. So see, Dava India's profit margin is 60%, which is more than double of MedPlus. And Zota has given a gross merchandise value target of 1560 crore rupees for FY27, which roughly translates to 1100 crore rupees in sales. If we assume 7.5% profit margin on this, Zota's PE ratio on FY27 profits comes out to be 30, which firstly is lower than MedPlus PE of 45, and secondly, for such a fast growing business, it is quite good. Again, this entire analysis is based on company's targets, which can also be missed, but I hope you have got a rough idea how Zota can become profitable in the future. Finally, if we talk about risks, a major risk is that the company is not yet profitable and it is currently running in losses, and it might take them another 2-3 quarters to become profitable. So in such a case, if growth slows down, or the company fails to open new stores at the same fast pace, or if margins deteriorate in the future, then instead of 3 quarters, Zota might even take 6 quarters to become profitable. So this is a very big risk for the stock. You'll have to track Zota's store opening data to track this, and you'll also have to ensure that it is able to meet the store count target and sales guidance or not. Because firstly, it is a small cap stock, and secondly, it is not even profitable. So obviously the risk is there. And also because they have been raising money to fund this growth, if performance deteriorates, it can get difficult for them to raise more money in the future. So in this video, we studied this small cap stock from Mukul Agarwal's portfolio, and we understood how this business is growing so fast. And the segment is also receiving strong government support. And in the long term, as more and more people become aware about generics, this business can see good sales growth. Now, you tell me in the comments what are your thoughts on this stock. And if you like this analysis, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Your likes are our only motivation so that we can keep bringing you such high quality research free of cost. Also, before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This way, you'll keep getting timely updates on such good videos from us. See you in the next video. Happy investing.